Look at me, bitch. Look at me, bitch. No. No. Currently, I'm in my if it doesn't last, I don't want it era. And this is the way that we need to start thinking about things because of how disposable the world is today. A lot of people are trying to figure out why things aren't working out and trying to understand themselves. And a lot of the times, the answers aren't there. So what can we do? Well, I'll fucking tell you. I did an experiment and I wanted to see what the hell is going on out here. I personally had to download Hinge. I had not had Hinge for a good while. Why is that? Because I trust in my pimping. Apparently not, because, yeah, the numbers out here are tragic. This is a problem. This is really fucked up. I literally downloaded Hinge. I had had Hinge for probably like the last 4 months, but got the app, deleted it, whatever. Cool. And I thought, let's do a fucking experiment. Let me download this application, see how many matches I get, and see what happens with all the back and forth, okay? That's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought. Nothing, okay? Listen here. Within that time of also, trying to get matches, this and that, my friend that is a woman, she decided to do it too just to see what would happen. And let me fucking tell you, I could not believe the difference in being a man and a woman. And this is the difference that you get in this day and age. I cannot make this shit up, okay? So with me having the app just sitting there dormant for a little bit, I have had people match with me before, okay? It happens. I'm not lying. I'm not. So I thought maybe I would have a couple. I didn't. Okay, cool. So then after that, my friend gets the application, has it for 3 days, and whoa, the difference is fucking insane. How do you get this many matches? This many matches? So is it just any guy swiping on anything? Because how is this happening in the world? How in the hell does a woman get this many matches and a guy gets a decent looking guy? Bitch, I'm a 10.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
How does a decent looking guy not get anything? And yeah, of course, she's a very good looking girl. But come on. So within finding that out, I decided to just, see what's happening in this world and see if other people are getting the same thing. One thing to point out right here, okay, in the scheme of life, women already have so much attention and validation in real life, okay? Not even being online, put them in any situation. They're out here fucking running lines on people. They don't even have to talk. A girl could walk up into a club, not even have to talk, and fucking be running numbers. I wouldn't have believed it until I fucking seen it. You just increasingly see the entitlement that people have. The conversations are atrocious. They act like they don't give a fuck. They barely say anything back. You comment to something that they put on their page, you get nothing. Nothing. I don't understand how the entitlement is so high that you have people doing shit like this.
Dating me is like breathing for the first time. You should not go out with me if you can't handle perfection. Dating me is like worshiping a goddess. I'm convinced that I'm probably just perfect and it's everyone else around me that has issues. And
bitch, what? There's no way that I could say half of that in any bio anywhere on the world without being called delusional. I'll tell you fucking that, bud. All right? There's a cool way to probably do this, I remember my ex prompt, like when we first started dating from Hinge. Dating me is like that first sip of fresh Sprite from McDonald's. I love that one. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's fine. That's a little bit of comedy, a little bit of relativeness. It's relatable. So you understand that. But let a guy say that he's perfection. No, that's a red flag. But let a girl say it, you get 799 matches. That is insane to me. And it is so true that I'm not lying about this. This is real data that I took in live time. Ooh, I got this screenshot the other day, okay? This is happening out here, folks. And for some reason, us guys get shat on for when we talk about stuff like this. And I see both sides of it. This is the middle ground area, okay? So don't let me sit here and talk shit and have you thinking that I'm like, oh, yeah, it's all like this and that. Like, no, guys, you're fucked too, okay? Plain and simple. So don't think that. But at the same time, do you remember those days when you were younger and you're just kind of figuring things out? So you're just trying to talk to people, you're figuring out what works. And, you know, like as a respectable young man, not one of these fucking diddlers out here, we know who we're talking about. You had room to mess up and try and learn how to be a good gentleman and be an increasingly better man, better person to the people that you were trying to go and date. Now, what is the problem now? And I find myself falling into this spell. It is the weirdest, most scary thing to even just say your actual mind about somebody, because you might just get back like the most simple answer ever. So there's no reason to compliment anybody. And I'm to the point that I refuse to flirt with anybody because flirting is just rude, I guess, okay? But at the same time, you have to think about it. When we were younger, you can go and try to talk to a girl and she could tell you no and it's fine and you're like, okay, whatever, and you figure it out. Maybe you get discouraged, you don't do it for a little bit longer, but then you get back out there and you try and you feel a little bit okay because nothing was that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that.
Oh my gosh!
But then now, like, I literally see people just actually trying to like see a girl, feel a certain way, and like message them on Facebook or Instagram, and they get put on blast for a normal message. And I have people that like I went to school with or knew as like in close proximity that literally they're like, oh, here we go, message 18. Like they are counting how many people like actually like hit them up and putting people on blast for this. And it is the wildest thing. Like it'll be a nice guy and just, oh, this shit hurts to watch. It's bad. It's bad. And then, of course, you have the other guys that are just ruining it for everybody else out there because like they're the ones that treat women like shit, say the craziest stuff that they get rejected. And that is just what it is. You have people ruining stuff for you, but then everybody gets put into like, you know, this one category of, okay, so you're the fourth guy today. So what do you want from me? And it sucks being this nice guy that actually cares and like actually takes care of the women. Like I'm still friends with like majority of my exes. And if I'm not friends with my other exes, it's because like they're not as strong as I am and they didn't want to continue being friends. But if I do see them, like we are still cool. I've never encountered being one of these toxic people that can't like have at least my ex like smile at me if they saw me somewhere. You know, nobody's out here putting me on blast. But then at the same time, I get treated the same. How is that a thing? How? Getting to this point that you're fighting people's standards that are just made from being online. Like there's just so many other things that one person sees in like one day. I think I read somewhere a while ago that they said in Roman times, like, and of course they were fucking banging it out then. All right, they're fucking. They were going at it. I just couldn't believe that they had said that a guy in Roman times did not in their lifetime see as many women as we see, like 4 minutes of scrolling. That's fucked up. And it's a beautiful thing to have the world connected. I will always vouch for that because of the things that I've made happen in my life because of having that connectivity. Like it's made things a lot more easier for me to meet people, go places, this and that. Like considering I did meet my last ex from Hinge and move all the way to Australia for her, I believe in these applications to a certain degree that of course they can work for you in a positive light, negative light, or just even personally like learning yourself, of course. And that's a beautiful thing when you actually take the time to do it, learn and grow from it. But then at the same time, everybody is now becoming so disposable and it's fucking disgusting. Like, I had a girl actually text me today. I was at the grocery store, just all happy and shit. And a chick that I matched with like a while ago literally had the audacity to text me, hey, sorry, I forgot. And I was like, what? Because I already deleted this bitch.
You exist no longer.
Literally, she just had emojis as her fucking name. And it was like a storm cloud with like lightning bolts. That's like a, she's a gloomy bitch, whatever. Anyway, I digress. The biggest thing is like, all right, this bitch had the nerve to text me, oh yeah, like I was saying sorry, like that I forgot to text you. You forgot? I'm confused here. Like, why are you texting me? She's like, because I forgot and I just, wanted to talk. Bitch, what type of Twilight Zone am I fucking living in where I will ever talk to you? Because you told me you forgot about me, bitch? Look at me, bitch. Look at me, bitch. No. No. And me respecting myself, am I gonna fucking sit here and be like,
She's a great girl, she's just gotta give it a chance.
like, look at, no, bitch, no. Not the wrong one. There's zero way that like I would treat somebody like that. You make time for the things that you care about. Clearly you don't care about me or care about getting to know me. So why would I put myself in that position? If you really cared about like making it known that you felt bad, you would have said something about it. And that message of, just being like, hey, I actually want to talk to you, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. I'm not soft, but keep it fucking pushing because I love me, bitch. After COVID happened, there was a shift. And you got to think about it too. People are seeing less people because like they're not working in the office and they're not going out with coworkers and things like that. And a lot of people that used to find true love in everyday life, it was because of proximity and, people hanging out with people and things like that. And that's not happening like it used to. So that's also a big factor too, that like dating apps are going to be more prominent. But like one big thing that I did see from a video that I did watch is she did state that dating apps are good for this reason. It helps you like narrow things down. Of course, you're going to be a lot more pickier, but like there's people with a healthy amount of being picky that these actually like do help while they're on dating apps because you do have those specific criteria that like are non-negotiables. And then you have your Delulu people that should fucking stay the fuck off the goddamn earth because we don't need problems from you. Go to Mars. Tomorrow's row. There's a lawsuit actually currently happening about just dating apps in general kind of being like, just kind of keeping people on their application and making it feel like it's gambling.
This is according to reporting by NPR covering the lawsuit. They say the popular dating apps Tinder, Hinge, and The League hook users with the promise of seemingly endless romantic matches in order to push people to pay money to continue their compulsive behavior, according to a federal lawsuit filed in San Francisco on Wednesday. The suit, brought by 6 plaintiffs in states including New York, California, and Florida, argues that dating app parent company Match Group gamifies the services to, quote, transform users into gamblers locked in a search for psychological rewards that Match makes elusive on purpose. While Hinge's advertising slogan boasts that it is, quote, designed to be deleted, the lawsuit claims Match Group's dating apps are actually designed to turn users into addicts who do not find true love and instead keep purchasing subscriptions and other paid perks to keep the publicly traded company's revenue flowing. They go on to say that the complaint, which is seeking class action status, claims Match Group has violated state and federal consumer protection, false advertising, and defective design laws. Match intentionally designs the platforms with addictive game-like design features, which lock users into a perpetually pay-to-play loop that prioritizes corporate profits over its marketing promises and customers' relationship goals.
Who would have thought?
So there is a certain type of feeling of having like a certain reward of being on these applications and swiping and stuff like that, because I will be honest, I've fallen victim to it in earlier years when it did become a thing for me. And all that really comes down to is discipline. So you really can't fully blame these applications for your lack thereof, just understanding yourself and telling yourself no. So I see that they are kind of gamifying things. Yes, this, and that. But at the same time, like, you got to just get the fuck up and get out there, bud. All right? Like, it's not all about just sitting here and swiping and doing nothing to receive, like, anything. And I've come to understand that, like, dating apps are good to a certain extent, but you have to actually put the work in if you care about, being that person that actually can be somebody else's person. You got to work on yourself first. You got to get the fuck up and get out there and kind of earn the person you're supposed to be with. And I know it sounds shitty, but that's a real calculation that I've really come up with, especially with like seeing how things are on here, just trying to like, why would I want to waste my time and talk to somebody that's not going to talk to me for ever again? You give somebody your number and you don't fucking talk to them anymore. So it's like, I would rather meet somebody out and actually have that conversation and then be like, oh, we actually vibe and we keep talking, and like you kind of see it transpire. And I believe also there was something else mentioned in this video.
So other than some guy approaching you in a grocery store, which by the way, not once has ever happened to me, not once. But aside from those kind of encounters, you're not going to have too many options on a week-to-week basis. If you're single and you're looking to date and meet somebody, there's probably not really any real scenario where you'd have more than one date a week at best without online dating. So it's going to take you a lot more time to find somebody who's a good match. You're going to have to sift through people who probably are not as optimal of matches for you. It's just a much bigger gamble to hope that you happen to bump into or have a secondary connection to the exact right person for you. But again, if you think that that's a better way to meet people, then go forth, pursue that. But in reality, the apps are actually working for a whole lot of people. Full disclosure, I met my fiance on an app. I would say out of my social circle, at least 50% of my people I know, people in my apparatus, have met their spouses on dating apps. Not just like partners to date, like they are married to people that they met on dating apps. That's anecdotal, of course, so I wanted to see if it's backed up by studies, and looks like it is. According to Stanford News, meeting online has become the most popular way U.S. couples connect, and the Longview News Journal reported that nearly 45% of survey respondents reported online dating apps to be the place where they met people to date, which was followed by 33% meeting through a friend, nearly 32% at concerts or festivals, and almost 27% on social media, which I would say is still online dating. Some of the least reported spots to meet someone to date included bars, almost 20%, and grocery stores, over 9%. So somebody's approaching somebody in grocery stores. It does happen, I guess.
And yeah, like that is like one of my dreams, just meeting somebody at a grocery store and actually saying something. Like I went to the bar the other day and, a waitress kept looking at me and smiling a little bit. And then when I finally got up to leave, I was the last one to walk out, and like we kind of like got in each other's paths and a little bit of and she smiled and I kind of smiled with my head back, and I just kept walking. But what if that was an actual chance for me to go and sit there and like do something about it? It's taking advantage of those times and chances and things like that that really does make you feel like you found your love if that person does end up being with you. And I think that's way more credible than sitting here fucking...
Oh, she got a fat ass.
Actually trying and earning that, And that's just a thought. Like, I feel like that's a way to kind of fix a little bit of these things. Now, look. I know I'm going all over the place with this. I really don't know what I'm coming here to explain, except for just like certain situations that I've like recently seen. But I just want everybody to just see things really are disconnected. You're fighting everybody else's expectations because of what they see online. You're fighting everybody's expectations because they have so much attention. So now when you show up, like let's say this, you could both be a 5, all right? You could both be a 5, but then this chick thinks she like an 8 or 9. So then you go and swipe, you're getting overlooked for what reason? But you would have treated her so well. That's just how that's the climate we live in. I believe this too. If you're using these dating apps, like you're gonna be so much more satisfied when you actually get a relationship, because you will come to learn that all of this shit that is around you ain't worth it. And when you have a good person, you will keep that person. And that is the thing that I think that I want everybody to grasp from this. This is more so a conversation about all of us in the world right now is having a big dilemma. And the dilemma being is we all want more than what we're willing to work for. And we all want more even when we have what we need. I don't understand it. I don't know why everybody's like that, but it's like I had to take steps back and realize that too. But it's because we are seeing everything. And don't let somebody's like 100th day of doing something be like your fucking first day and then look down on yourself for trying, you know? Like, I feel like the biggest thing that is overtaking our mental capacity right now is thinking we're supposed to be somewhere because we see somebody like that has a similar age, look, this or that. And we're supposed to be there too. Like, why not me, right? Of course you should think that. You should think the highest of yourself. You have to actually like believe more in yourself and love yourself before you try to go and love somebody else is the biggest thing. And I feel we're so disconnected from ourselves and each other at this point because we have an expectation of what our life should be, how we should be perceived, and this, and that. And that like all these eyes are on us. And let's be honest, nobody gives a fuck, okay? The only time eyes are on you is when we do shit like this because you want them to be. But when you're just walking through your day-to-day life, somebody might calculate you and see that you're there. But honestly, we're all forgettable. And even I have to understand that I am fucking forgettable. No. Why? You just try to be the best person that you can, and that's literally all you really can do. One thing that I really want people to take from, just trying to find a partner, being in life, figuring things out, you need to work on you. Focus on you until the focus is on you. Stole that from Instagram. You just really have to actually sit here and be so far into the things that you're doing that love kind of just finds you. I think that when I was doing more things for myself is when you just kind of end up being somewhere and you get out the house and then holy shit, like, wow, this person actually wants my number or is flirting with me, and it happens. It does happen. And I feel that really comes down to everybody disciplining themselves, which I know is an impossible task because self-work is an actual job, like I've stated before. And nobody wants to sit here and be lonely. Like, I've wanted to get a dog since I've moved back to the States so bad, only for the fact of just feeling lonely. But I'm able to be disciplined enough to tell myself I can't do it. I just can't do it right now. I need a partner, okay, for a dog. If there's one thing you need to take from this today, stop having the grass is greener syndrome. It is not helping you or your mental. Just because you see something different than what you have because you get used to that thing that used to be shiny and brand new to you and just gave you that certain feeling, relive that. Try to re-spark that. For some reason that you guys ended up together, ride with that. Figure that out. And if it comes down to it, learn how to be honest and say that this isn't like providing anything for me anymore because I've grown. Because people do change and it's totally understandable, but it's the difference of you being honest and somebody being hurt from your honesty and respecting you later, or you lying and somebody finding out the truth and hating you even longer. That's how I live my life. I try. This is a thing that I've seen. Guys, shit, women too. Don't try to get somebody that is healthy. If you see somebody out there that's genuinely like a healthy, mentally like and physical person, and you're none of those, you have to take a look in the mirror and really think about that and put yourself in that position. If you want somebody that works out, takes care of themselves, is active, this and that, and how they look, and that's what you want, you have to be doing those things too. And shit, you might find a person there, 100%. But you just can't expect things to walk into your life because you want them. Like I said, everything is discipline and work. And I'm only saying this is because I've been through that and I've looked at certain people and I wanted things. But you know what I did? I went and upgraded my fashion because I make clothes. I went and upgraded my mental, and like I did research and figured myself out and found out the things that I care about. So then when I had a conversation with somebody, I could stand up for those things, or I can present a conversation about those things. You have to actually put time into yourself to be a good partner. Understand your triggers so you can actually like have a conversation with somebody and be open with them and tell them like, hey, this is how I react to certain things like this. I would love it like if you talk to me like this about something and approach me with this in a certain situation, then I'll handle it a little bit better. But don't just expect because you look half decent and you have this genitalia and you want this one, that you're just going to get whatever you want. We need to stop using people. And that goes for women too. I know men do it, but like women do it too. And nobody believes that, but it happens. And I feel like there's like a shift. You know, women are the savages now. Like they've had enough because you guys fucked it up for all of us. I'm telling y'all dusty ass niggas fucked it up for all of us. We are fucked on that front. And now everybody a Drake ass nigga, okay? Everybody soft as fuck, this and that. There is a shift that has happened. And I don't care. People can argue with me about this, but in my social bubble of the world that I can see as far as I can see right now, I have seen this shift. I got friends that are girls that are out here fucking running numbers on the fucking board, okay? And niggas that used to go and get anything that they wanted ain't getting shit now, okay? So you have to really do the research about yourself to find out where you lay. But don't just expect being on a dating app to get you exactly where you want to be. That's just not it. And sometimes, like, maybe it's good. Just go and delete it for a little bit. Or pose a challenge for yourself. Like, write 3 things down that you want to do. Like, I want to talk to somebody today. I want to this, and that. Like, ooh, I got a story. Went to Kroger, and I just walked past somebody. Didn't even look at them or anything. And this is why I understand what's happening here these days and why people don't fuck with people, because of this shit like this. I literally was just walking through the aisle. Just forgot something, went to another store so I can go and get it. Person's over here, they're packing stuff away. I walk past them and they get up and they grunt and I hear it. And I literally just slightly look back and I'm like, I feel you. And you know what this bitch said to me? What this bitch said to me? She was like, you don't feel me. My dad's dying at home. Bitch, how did I know? How did I know, bitch? How did I know? Why are people so shitty? I don't fucking know, but it's like that. This is the climate that we live in. And it's not anything that I know how to understand because I'm trying. I'm out here trying. I acknowledge your existence. I see why people are so discouraged to actually meet people because the world is a little bit shittier, okay? But this is just a reminder. No matter what you are going through right now, you always have the ability and the able mind and body to grow. And within, like, and if you're able to watch this, like, you're alive. You already won the lottery. So why not just try to actually, like, find more things that serve you, you know? Actually live and experience things and put yourself in those weird moments to learn from them because you kind of have to. Like, there's no other reason why we are here on this earth that we could come up with besides to create, learn, and grow. And if you're not doing those things, well then maybe you don't need to be with somebody unless they're exactly in that same boat and they just want to exist. But if you're here watching this, we're not here to exist. We are here to grow. And I hope that we could do that as a community. And find your community so that can happen because it is 100% possible. And there's no reason to keep yourself away from the possibility of being the best person that you could be. Was that a good one? Was that a good one? Was it? Yeah, okay. Be your own person, live through life the way that you want to, and don't let anything else tell you that you should be something else rather than what you feel like you should be. And try to feel yourself, really try to feel yourself. And I'm only talking about these things because this is a thing that I've been through and a thing that I have to remind myself. So I don't know what I'm doing here and I don't know what I'm telling you all this for, but just know the comment section is down below. Tell me some of your experiences and some of the things you are noticing that are different in the world right now, because what in the fuck are we doing?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?